if they're telling you that bad why you don't need something, that's even more of a message you need. And we want them to wear this logo. We want to get them the best contract as we did at Ultimate and Spring Hill, and we will do that. We will deliver.
There's a lot of stuff going on stateside with the UAW, though. Wanted to touch on some of those things pretty briefly. There's there's an election here in Huntsville, and there's an ongoing campaign in Kentucky at the Blue Oval SK facility. And some of the things that have been going on there is that management, despite the fact that Blue Oval SK is a joint venture between Ford and SK, which I can't remember which company SK comes from. I think it's Korea. But Ford has been a union company for ages, and now this joint venture is trying to fight the union campaign, trying to convince their workers not to unionize, and retaliating against workers despite, serious concerns that workers have relative to safety and other things. Can you talk about some of the safety concerns that workers have at the Bosque facility in Kentucky and how management is retaliating?
Well, it's been brutal, but, we have a good relationship with Ford, but I'm very disappointed in what Ford is allowed to happen. I don't run Vice President Laura Dickerson now is the vice president over Ford, and I'm sure she's going to continue to pass this message on as Chuck Browning did. Chuck has retired, but don't get too concerned. He's still in Chattanooga, and he's still going to get through that agreement. We'll talk about that in a minute. But actually, tomorrow, and my entire staff out of Kentucky will be in Glendale, will be at Local 3047's Union Hall, Matulsa. I got to give them kudos. At Matulsa workers, how they have, put their hand out and letting them use their hall, feeding them, whatever they need, and the organizers are stationed there. But yes, the health and safety issues are major, major issues. Now, the company's downplaying it, but let me back up. So if me and you hard in there on Monday morning, we're going to go through a 4-hour anti-union class. And here's what I tell workers is when they bring you right in to tell you what you don't need, that should be a red flag of, okay, if they're working that hard to tell me what I don't need, that's a red flag that, wait a minute here, there's something there. And then not only that, they have to go through day in, day out with engineers, supervisors hounding them. So my message tomorrow is I've lived this, I've breathed this 35 years ago, what they did to me and what they did to my workers in my plant. You got to go in, do your job, and you got to talk to workers, and you got to say, we need a union. If they're telling you that bad why you don't need something, that's even more of a message you need it, because we want them to wear this logo on this shirt. We want to sit and bargain with them, and we want to get them the best contract as we did at Ultimate and Spring Hill, and we will do that. We will deliver. I promise you, we will deliver just like we did in Lordstown and we did in Spring Hill. So they just got to stay strong.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're going to continue following that story and looking forward to workers winning their union there. You mentioned the negotiations with Volkswagen. Those continue to be ongoing. We're on the air right now in Chattanooga. What's the latest that you can share with us on those negotiations?
Well, I want to, first of all, Vice President Browning has retired, but here's a man that's totally committed, retired or not. He's going to get the best agreement in Chattanooga at Volkswagen for those workers. But also, we got a bargaining committee down there of 20 strong that are laying in there. It's been over 10 months now, okay? Jacob, we wanted this contract done in December, okay? You got to remember that. And people need to understand that. But when the company is slow walking us and trying to break us, we know how to play that game as well, okay? And we're going to stay there. We're going to get the best agreement. There's a lot of great things that's happened this week that I can't talk about, but we're going to get there and we're going to be very successful. And these workers are going to be happy, I believe, when this contract's over. But we're laying in there. We're going to stay strong. But again, also those workers in the plant, I want to commend them for staying strong and going into work every day and wondering what's going on, because it's hard on them. Okay, I've also been there and done that. But stay strong, keep wearing them shirts, keep believing in your bargaining committee, keep believing in this great union, and we'll deliver for you. I promise.
Absolutely. And you mentioned, just to kind of illustrate the point, you mentioned when we were talking yesterday that the UAW recently got a new contract at Carlex in Nashville, and you've talked some about GM and Spring Hill, and GM and Spring Hill just announced, that they were expanding production. Can you talk a little bit about the Carlex contract and what you were able to win for folks, what the union was able to win for folks over there in Spring Hill?
Carlex Glass, produces a quality glass for a lot of companies. And just the last 2 or 3 weeks, we sat down and reopened the contract. I want to brag on Rodney and my servicing rep, Tim Chance. We also had pre-meetings with the company. They wanted concessions, but there's no concessions to be had. Okay. So long story short, $60 million investment, a new line. It's en route, or it's coming very soon. They're going to be installed there. Will help us produce glass, whether it's EV or ICE, for ICE vehicles. Great wage increases. It was overwhelmingly ratified by the membership. And this plant was sort of, concerned where the future stood. So this helps solidify, them moving forward. This plant's been around for 75 years in Nashville, and I see many, many more years of workers having a good job there. So we're very proud to talk about that, which I did yesterday at the AFL-CIO bus stop.
Yeah, that's right. Vonda is in the chat mentioning that you are a hardworking dude because you were just in Nashville yesterday at the AFL-CIO's bus tour, and then only, having gotten in from Korea only a few days before that. And just to tell the audience, I mean, every time that I have ever talked to Brother Smith, he's like, oh, well, I just flew in from the airport from this part. He's got a huge region. I mean, it's the South plus like 4 or 5 other states. And so every time I talk to him, he's like, oh, I just got in from this place and now I'm on the road to another airport over here, and then I'm traveling over there. And I mean, it's just constantly on the move. I mean, it makes me tired when I listen to him. And I think I'm about half your age, brother. So I really commend the work that you do for the union and appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
If you don't mind, I want to give Vonda a shout out. This lady is amazing. She chairs the Central Labor Council there in Tennessee. I mean, she knocks it out of the park. She stands solid for workers and everything in Nashville, with the local government there that she has to deal with, and the government she has to deal with, and that governor there, Bill Lee. And I got to give kudos to her and the board there. They do an amazing job. And yesterday at the Pipe Fitters Hall, Billy Dykus and AJ and the entire executive board there, they do an amazing job. So it was a great event yesterday, and we're continues to work hand in hand with Vonda. We're going to actually be in the Labor Day parade, and we're excited about that coming up. But she's an amazing lady. She inspires me.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, she's great, and she's been a great help for us over at our labor council here in North Alabama. I'm constantly reaching out to her and asking her for advice, so she's very helpful. Brother Smith, Tim Smith, Region 8 Director for the United Auto Workers Union. Thank you so much for taking the time today, and look forward to talking to you again.
Can I say one other thing?
Yes, sir. Please do.
We got what's going on in Huntsville. I just want any of those workers that's listening to understand at Navistar, no different than Bosch. You got to vote on August the 7th. We support you. The organizers on the ground support you. I support you. We wish you nothing but the best. But we want to be able to stand with you and have a voice in your workplace. So good luck.
All right. Thank you. Region 8 Director Tim Smith for the United Auto Workers. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.